first opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns. 2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, full fury.
And he's got some space here. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Watson. This is the tight end to Njoku. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. We're backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Switch it.
Throwing on 3rd down. Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Boy, that's 3 points you really expect to have. That's nothing more than a lack of concentration to me, because an NFL kicker should make this kick in his sleep.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They run with a 2nd-round pick from Iowa State. This is Breece Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Hall again on 2nd down. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. He'll buy some time right. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That looked great when he first took off, because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Ross on the return. And good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run it again with Chubb. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
The Browns had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
On 2nd and 9, Watson dancing to his left. And that's caught inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Watson. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson steps away to his left.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster, 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I've played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
We're scoreless after 1. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, he's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Browns drive about to get started.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Here's 2nd and 10.
After the run, Watson going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Watson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Dances by him. Oh, a solid stiff arm and some open field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
And again, it's Chubb.
Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now a 1st carry for their fullback. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on 1 run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. A shotgun snap for Watson. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
On 4th down, Watson. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Watson. Touchdown, Browns! David Njoku, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns are an extra point away from drawing level.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Here's Chubb to try to run it in, and he'll get in, and they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Wilson. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Watson now to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Jermaine Johnson
in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Watson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, Del Beckham Jr. with a diving grab. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On first down, it's Watson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Anthony Schwartz,
46 yards.
and the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And after all that, they are set up in unbelievable field position. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. Now Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So now it's 2 straight drives that end with an interception.
And the first time, the first interception, they ended up getting 6 points out of it and taking the lead. Now they have an opportunity to increase that lead after their second pick on 2 drives.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he gets it down to the 32. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this 2nd half. And that one will bounce out. Out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On 1st down, right back to Hall.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On 2nd down and 4, Wilson. And Davis has it over the middle.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
In 2021, Corey Davis made the move from the Tennessee Titans to the New York Jets, but injuries limited him to only 9 games. When healthy, though, he had begun to show the promise that made him a top 5 pick by the Titans. A promising rep there, getting a first down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line.
Now the second-year man from Carolina, this is Michael Carter. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
A 3rd down gain of 19.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On 1st down, Wilson. Buying time to his left. And a completion to Wilson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. They'll run with Hall. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal. To throw is Wilson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. He goes 105 yards on the kick return. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the 3rd quarter, and boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. He's got it at the 2. And he will get into the end zone. And it's now a 2-score game as the lead moves to 9. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Wilson. Forced out to his left. And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. Here's Wilson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, throw left side, complete. That's Wilson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Braxton Berrios, 51 yards. And the Jets have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on in the opposite?
Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Cleveland offense ready to go. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close. 1-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. The handoff to Ford up the middle, and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Again, they turn to Ford, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Up the middle, it's Chubb. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. Yeah, this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up. but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. From the 30 on 2nd down, Wilson.
So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Steps away. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man. Complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line.
It's a big play there for the Jets on 3rd down. 46 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Landon Collins.
And the Browns have just about sewn up this football game.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. A give. This is Chubb. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for Cleveland, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh